This is Billy D with an exciting episode of Chiropractors and Cars. This is part 1. To see part 2, you're going to go to
John B. Chiro and click the button below.
Alright, go ahead. You guys can talk about the car.
So tell me a little bit about the ride we're taking today.
The ride is a smoking 2014 turbo diesel, but it burns biodiesel, 48 miles to the gallon. So it's good for the planet and very fast.
And where do you buy biodiesel?
At a place next to my boat. You can find it, you know, it's around. But the type of engine that's been in here, because other countries are way more advanced than we are.
Really?
So,
probably in their thinking too.
Yeah.
I don't think they're advanced. I think we're just depressed.
Oh, totally. It's like looking at a normal kid, okay, that's not vaccinated. Yeah. That's unusual. It's the other ones that are depressed.
Right.
Yeah, this sucker works, and it's been working on biodiesel since 2009. So.
Okay, let me ask a stupid question. It's not a stupid question. Where do they get all the stuff to make the biodiesel? Do they buy it from restaurants or what's
no, it's plants. They outlawed that in 2004.
Okay, see, I'm slow. I don't know this stuff. So what do they get plants and what do they? I mean,
it's neat because it figured the diesel engine was originally designed to burn peanut oil.
Okay.
And so any kind of plant product that you make the oil out of, you can burn.
Really?
Yeah, that's really cool.
So what is the main substance they use? Corn or what?
Probably. It's usually the stuff that you can't use. So it's going to be the leaves from the corn plant, but you know, I used to have a veggie burning car that I burned soy, canola, everything in.
And you probably could run GMO in there too, it doesn't matter. The car doesn't care if it's GMO.
It cares if it's hydrolyzed. Okay?
Oh.
If you have hydrogenated vegetable oil, it won't burn.
We should probably introduce him too. This is John Bergman, fellow chiropractor from Huntington Beach, and you've been carrying the torch for a long time. How many years now?
I just started. I'm new. I just started my 18th year.
Oh, you are pretty new.
I know. You know, but I'm still learning.
Yeah. Well, you're doing great, though. I'm really stoked with all the stuff you're doing on YouTube. You got a huge following, and
we just passed 4 million views, and we're about 500 videos. So
and 40,000 followers.
Yeah, we're getting more popular.
And you're going global, which is good.
Yeah.
All right, so you gonna let me drive?
Yeah. It's more fun.
You said you can make it to the border in what, an hour and a half?
Hour and 15. Hour and 15.
I'd like to see that, pal. John Bergman here, all the way from Huntington Beach. 18 years in practice. I thought you were up there with me in years.
No. I started late. I didn't get into chiropractic until I was hit by a car.
Wow.
Yeah, so, you know, it was good. I learned that bodies can heal.
So how old were you when you first started practicing?
37.
Wow. So how old are you now?
54.
So you're a year younger than me.
Yep.
All right, so that's why I assumed that you'd been around as long as me. You just got a late start. Now you're shaking things up on YouTube, and you got a huge following. You got 40,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel. You got a global network of people that follow you, and you're shaking it up. So you're getting some haters too, then.
Big time.
And like I don't understand how nice people like you can have haters. I mean, I can understand people like, you know, because I'm an asshole sometimes. But it's like you said, it's because we're challenging their pre-existent dogmatic flat earth paradigm.
And that's the only way that things are changed. Because I mean, you know, I think first you're ridiculed, then you're violently opposed, then you're accepted. Yeah, we're in the violently opposed section now. Yeah, we're almost accepted.
You know, and I don't really have like a big issue with people if they don't want to live the paradigm. It's like only natural selection as far as people's level of IQ is concerned. And we had this little conversation before. We were talking about that people in other parts of the world are intellectually smarter than us. I don't think they're smarter than us. I think we have a depression of IQ from the vaccines and from eating crap food.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't.
And neurologically challenged, but I mean that's pretty much a global thing.
I think that I got to get through to everyone. Okay?
Oh yeah, of course.
Mean, you know, it's if
but you can't hold the lifeboats for people that aren't going to get in, dude.
That's the wisdom. That's the stuff that I got to learn. You know, accept the ones that you can't change. And no, I think I can friggin' change everybody if I can give them the right information. Human beings got enough.
You're a little bit more positive than I am. I just know that 50% of the people out there would never go to a chiropractor. We were the last, person on earth to give them if we were the last lifeboat for them. Just because I don't know why because we've got negative brand equity. I get it, because that's that whole slander and all the negative ridicule we've got as a profession from the AMA and MDs for years has really had a big impact on people's perception of us.
To have, because I'm to get a preceptorship from LACC,
yeah,
I had to put a form inside of my entrance forms for the patients on the risks of a chiropractic adjustment.
Wow.
So I thought, yeah, I'll do that. I'll rock with that. So I compared it to lightning strikes. It turns out that you have 1,000% greater chance of getting struck by lightning than injured by a chiropractor.
Wow. And where'd you get that research?
Through the Canadian Board of Chiropractic, that did the risk of a chiropractic adjustment, which is about 1 in 6 million or 1 in 60 million, something like that.
Wow.
And the risk of lightning strike is around 1 in 6,000.
So you're also doing a lot of stuff in the community. You have weekly seminars with the Living Temple. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got weekly seminars at my office that
yeah, I do too.
We had about 30, 40 people attend, and then they get on the YouTube, and then twice a month at the Living Temple, and then by God, anywhere. I mean, if there's 3 or 4 people together, man, I'm going to get there, film it, get it out.
Perfect. And how did you get that Living Temple gig? I met the cat that, patients.
Yeah.
Do they ever need other speakers?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Well, why don't you put my name in the hat? I mean, I'd love to come over there and shake it up a little bit, too.
Oh, buddy, all you got to do is just call him up. He's always hungry for speakers. Robin School.
Yeah, I think I met him at some event we worked at. I don't know if it was a Health and Freedom Expo or something. Now, we were talking, too, like when you first got in practice, because we were talking that I'm really archaic, that I still use a Thomas guide. You said that when you first got in practice, I don't find that funny.
I do. Oh, my God.
I mean, you actually, I think part of the whole agenda is they don't want people to be so dependent on those little handheld devices that they won't be able to function without them. So people won't even be able to read a map anymore.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you got to figure, to solve sleep issues, you've got to physically read something on paper before you go to bed.
Right.
And I tell people this, and they say, oh yeah, I read on my newsletters, emails, and no, it can't be on a computer.
I print that stuff out on paper.
Yep.
And then read it.
That's smart.
On recycled paper.
The Thomas Guide, when I first got in practice, I got a map, Thomas Guide map of the area that I was practicing in, and I went through and whited out every door that I knocked on, passing out flyers, everything else. Didn't generate a patient. Okay?
You're kidding me.
Covered about 3,000 homes. But I got to tell you, good energy out, good energy back in.
Sure.
And
why do you say you didn't get a patient?
Well, there's
directly?
Not direct, indirectly for sure. Because I figured about 2 years in a practice, I was seeing 300 people a week. But because
that's a good practice.
You got to keep doing it. It's like each event you're going to do, each talk you're going to do, look for one patient, and you're going to keep getting it little at a time. But there's so few doctors and there's so many people.
Why do you say there's so few doctors? I mean, real doctors? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, real chiropractors,
okay.
Not happy ending chiropractors.
Right.
And
what do you mean by happy ending chiropractors?
I mean people that don't have an objective result or objective measurement of their care.
Just pain reduction.
And that's ridiculous because you've got a body system that only has a 10% awareness. If you're going to gauge your care on the person feeling better or feeling worse, that's insane. You're going to be seeing people, 20, 30 visits?
It always comes across to me as like, if it can get rid of the pain, why wouldn't you do it to prevent the pain? I mean, I'm not a pain doctor, but you would think that logically in your head that, well, who wants to go through the excruciation of a sciatic pain or headaches? Why wouldn't you want to at least prevent the people from having pain? And then what are you using diagnostically, or how do you assess a subluxation? Are you just using pain as your objective measure? Or it's actually a subjective measurement, it's not an objective measurement.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't care if people come to me and I do full spine x-rays because I want to see what's going on in the entirety of your spine. And if they come in with low back pain, I'm going to see what's going on in their neck because I want to I want to take care of the person's spine, not just their pain syndromes. And I know I'm speaking to the choir, but there's a lot of people that listen that don't get that. And both you and I know that it has more of a global effect on just overall health and longevity. I mean, if you take care of the spine, you're going to prevent spinal degeneration.
You do live your life through the nervous system.
Right.
I mean, I've got a list because we do consultations, okay, I mean, international. And we have a list of,
you say you do them via Skype?
Yeah, Skype or the phone. Yeah.
And do you want to mention how much you charge for those, or is that something you want to keep?
Oh God, no. You can go to skypepackage.com and see. It's $997 to Skype with me for an hour, and I think it's like $447 for a phone call for, I don't know, half an hour, and it includes like a couple of emails afterwards too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's chiropractors that are struggling out there. I don't get that.
I don't get it either. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, there's so many people running around looking for health, and there's really not too many practitioners out there, even including in our profession, that don't practice health. It's just, you have to put yourself out there. I mean, how did you come up with the Skype idea?
Because people were asking. They were saying, you know, my friend in England, my friend in Portugal, my friend in Italy, they've got these issues. Can they call you? And then the emails, oh my God, we're talking hundreds of emails a day. And they're all asking my advice. And I'm thinking, I don't have enough time to do this.
No, I know.
So then we ended up, you know, starting Skype package and took off like crazy. So I limit it to 1 day a week, so it makes it easier, because I work Monday through Thursday. And so Fridays, you know, two, 3 Skypes, so it makes it nice and easy. But the information, when I'm trying to introduce these people to a chiropractor in their area, I have a list of 7 questions, and the 7 questions are super basic. Do you have an objective measurement? Like I use X-rays. Okay?
Right, I do too.
Do you take post X-rays to document structural changes?
I do too.
Okay, you have to. Okay, can you reverse arthritis, or is one of your goals to reverse arthritis? Mm-hmm. Most chiropractors don't understand that arthritic degenerative changes are an intelligent response by the body to stabilize an unstable joint. Mm-hmm. And by God, you can eliminate bone spurs. And then you work on post-surgery cases. Since those
That's
people,
a good question.
I thought so. So, I mean, you figure you got a 93% failure rate of surgeons in surgery now. So you've got a huge market there. It's probably higher. Oh, you know what? I actually did a talk on that, and it depends on where you look at the success or failure rate for the surgery.
Right.
There's a 90% success rate, okay, by orthopedic surgeons for the surgery, because their criteria is they knock you out, they do the surgery, they wake you up, you got success.
Right.
Now, if you factor
if you're still alive,
that's it. If you factor in pain relief or function relief or function restoration, right, it drops down considerably.
And what about improvement in quality of life? Yeah.
Don't ask that.
Yeah, don't ask that. Are you happy with your surgery?
Oh, good God, no. You're
going to get one person out of you get some person ranting about mammogram saved my life. It's like, if you would have had the thermogram 8 years before, you wouldn't even be going through all the crap you're going through right now, because you probably would have changed your lifestyle back 8 years before you had the mammogram.
Well, I just did a Skype consult with a guy who had his right hip replaced this morning. Okay. Well, he did a hip surgery a year ago, but the Skype was this morning. And he sent me his X-rays, and of course they were only the low back and pelvis. Right. And I said, well, you got to figure 50% of your back injuries are going to be from the neck. So where's the neck film? Right. And then and then I'm looking at degeneration of the left hip, and I said, buddy, you're in line for this too. And I said, knowing that the large joints.
How old is this person?
Young. He's 59. Wow. I said, we should be dancing, playing tennis,
and surfing like me.
Why not? We're supposed to go to 120.
I know that.
And if you're, 60, my God, that's a teenager. You should still be playing. Well, here's the guy. Degeneration of one hip, the fake hip in there now, degeneration of the other hip. And if you've got your large joints deteriorating, you've got a systemic inflammatory response, you're going to have adrenal issues, you're going to have low functioning thyroid, you're going to have high cholesterol, high blood pressure.
The whole stress response.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
And he's going in there, his mouth's dropping open, he says, how do you know? Dude, I can read a map,
You can? Even after...
Yeah,
as long as it's not...
it's an electronic map. No, I do like the nav computer, but this... And it's so simple to tell him. You got to increase the inflammation. You got to get your nervous system healthy. And I don't know of any corrective chiropractors in Key West, Florida. That's where he is. So he's going to come out Thanksgiving week next week, and
yeah, when you really think about it, I mean, Gonstead had people fly into his clinic. I mean, I joke around sometimes saying, well, Gonstead built a landing strip by his office. I just built my office next to a landing strip. I think that's smarter. I got John Wayne. I mean, people literally, if their health is really that much of a priority, why wouldn't they fly? I mean, they fly into Whitaker all the time. You know, and they spend the whole month with him. Why should it be any different for us? Because the reality is, a lot of times I refer people out, and I don't know if they're going to get the right kind of chiropractic care. And you have no idea, especially if you just put something on Facebook or something, trying to find somebody a chiropractor in specific areas of the world, especially in areas like, I had a guy the other day asking me from Pakistan if I knew anybody in Pakistan. I mean, is chiropractic even existent in Pakistan?
I think I'm going to start a new website because I'm running into this problem all the time.
Why don't we do it together?
That's a good idea, dude.
Because I sometimes I get, not that I get frustrated, but it's just you don't know anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
we could have a list of corrective chiropractors.
Right, and then what we can do is we can really make it strict on whether people... I'm going to get on your car right now and see what it's like.
Oh, you're going to love it. Oh, floor it as fast as you want, man. This sucker goes really good. Handles around corners. Fantastic. I love this beast.
It's not as fast as my Subaru, though. I'm going to break it to you, though.
Oh, no, you're not in the speed mode, by the way. I should have shifted it down.
You tell me.
I just think the regular one is good.
Hey, where's the speed mode?
I don't know if you can do it while we're driving.
You can?
Yeah. Okay, now try it.
I want to get over here in the fast lane, though. Jane's trying to keep up with us, dude. She's just doing that. All right, not bad for a biodiesel.
I know.
I'm actually impressed.
Okay, if we had a mountain road, you'd be so digging it.
This is Billy D with an exciting episode of Chiropractors and Cars. This is part 1. To see part 2, you're going to go to
John B. Chiro, and click the button below.
This video is sponsored by my friends over at mychiropractic.com, custom branding and web design for successful chiropractors. I love these dudes because they're raising the image of chiropractic, and I really thank them for supporting all of our videos. Rock and roll.